Hey there, this is Cory Redekop, CEO over at the Greater Langley Chamber of Commerce. We're the business association for the Langley Township and City of Langley. And for over 90 years, we've been the voice advocate and champion for the Langley business community. Today, I'm here with one of our members, Chris Dyke from Avisar CPA, to talk a little bit about the BC government's PST rebate on select machinery and equipment and what the heck that is. But the deadline to apply for this program is coming up soon. We don't want Langley businesses to leave money on the table. So this program can help you get the taxes that you've paid back on a number of purposes for your business. So let's dive into the details and help you get some of that revenue back into your business. Hey, Chris, thanks for being here.
Happy to help.
The PST rebate on select machinery and equipment. What are we talking about here?
Well, the BC government is offering a rebate of PST paid on capital purchases or leases of capital equipment for things that have been acquired between September 17th, 2020 and March 31st, 2022.
So is this open to everyone or all kind of businesses eligible to apply?
Have to be incorporated. So one key thing is it's not eligible to sole proprietors and also specifically excludes nonprofits, charities, and other government organizations that would be ineligible. So most companies, basically.
Now it's the PST, so do you have to be registered to collect the PST? Like, do you need a PST number?
Do not have to be registered. So this is just a PST back on what you paid.
Okay, so getting the PST back on the purchases you made. So what kind of purchases are we talking about? What's included here?
The details are a little bit complex, but in general, it would include most furniture, equipment, computers, and software. Those are the typical type of things that we see a business might buy. So most businesses buy.
Okay, can you offer some examples of what might be included? What types of things a Langley business might have bought that would be eligible?
It's really quite broad, but for example, different types of businesses, maybe an office-related business might purchase computers or furniture. A restaurant might purchase kitchen equipment like stoves or mixers, and maybe a construction company could purchase anything from more expensive tools all the way to a skid steer.
Okay, so all those purchases, you would get the PST back.
But also leased. So if you would have an asset that would otherwise fall under that type of category that you didn't purchase, but you leased, the PST that you pay on the lease payments during that time period, so September 17th, 2020 to March 31st, 2022, that PST would also be refunded.
So is there anything that's not included then?
Two major areas specifically excludes real estate and leasehold improvements, so things attached to real estate, and vehicles or boats.
Okay, you mentioned some of the examples of things that are eligible. Is there a summary or a list somewhere of all the types of assets that would be included?
It's actually a good summary of the kind of different examples of the types of goods that would qualify on the ministry website. And if you just Google BC PST rebate, it's the first link on there. And then just a little ways down the page, there's a list of samples of types of capital assets that would be included in the different CCA capital cost allowance categories.
Great, sounds like there's a lot of things that are included in this. Now there's a reason we're doing this video now and today, that's because the deadline is coming up soon. So when do businesses have to apply to get this PST rebate?
Deadline is October 3rd, 2022. It's coming up soon.
Okay, so a business that's hearing us today and wants to apply to get the tax back, what do they need to do? What do they need to gather to put a submission in to get this money?
So to apply, you'll need to upload a spreadsheet template. That website that I mentioned has that Excel template, and the ministry summarizes a few things. So it's the CCA class that the asset is included in, the date of the purchase, the invoice number, vendor name, a brief description of what was purchased, and the amount of PST paid. So if you include all those things on the spreadsheet, and then you'll submit that, upload it to the Ministry of Finance together with the supporting receipts or invoices for those purchases. And of course, you'll also need to provide banking details because the refund will be direct deposited into the bank account.
Okay, so once they have all that info, how do they actually apply? Is there an online portal or what do they do?
Okay, so if you are a PST registrant, or perhaps you are registered to remit the employer health tax, you already have an eTax BC account. So you can log in there and add a new account for the PST rebate program. Otherwise, you can apply online without it as well. So again, going back to that government website, there's a link to click on to apply without being registered or without having an eTax BC account.
Okay, and then what happens next? Is there a back and forth, or how long does it take before the refunds arrive in bank accounts?
A really simple process. Once you have all the information gathered, obviously you want to have that put together and ready to go before you go to file it online. Once you've filed, you'll get a confirmation email, so you know that it's in the system. And based on our experience, you can expect the refund within a couple of weeks. So it's actually a pretty quick process.
Great. Well, it sounds like this applies to a lot of businesses and covers a lot of different purchases. And it doesn't sound like it's too heavy a lift to apply. So thanks for this, Chris. Appreciate you taking the time to share some insights and details into the program. So listen up, Langley businesses. If you bought equipment or machinery, capital purchases between September 17th of 2020 and March 31st of 2022, you can get the PST that you paid on that purchase rebated back to you. So get that money back. Don't leave it on the table. But the deadline to apply is coming up on October 3rd, so don't delay. You can visit langleychamber.com/PST for details and useful links so that you can apply right now.